Hi everyone, this is Imam Rasool from the challenge of SUS Nano degree with Udacity. I'd like to share with you how we do the solution for the Python Flask application and also try to explain in details the application. It is first time to me to open it, so I will work with you with it. Let's see what this exercise is all about. Yes, so here it is. That is the label that we want to get. So I'm just going to copy this. We have to go in some specific folder. I think you have to pick a good location for the course, but I will open it just right here and then I will change it. Okay, let's see this one. Now, one of the requirements is that we have to have a Git in our computer. So I have it already installed so long ago. What I have to say is just git clone and then the URL that I has copied already, and I have to get it. It has to be downloaded. Okay. Now with this, let's go back and check what they want from us. Getting back to this clone the label. This is what's called clone. Navigate inside exercise hello world. Okay, since we are on Linux, it is, let's say, what they want me is to go inside this one. Exercise Python hello world. Now, so doing this, I will go cd and I don't have to write everything. Now what I have to go is, there is an exercise cd x and this is Python and Go. So there is two solutions. There is the Python one. We are good at Python. Okay. Now, oh sorry. It's just to open the folder with Visual Code Studio. That's it. That's all about it. Let's see, checking the application. Okay, so you have to understand that in Flask that it is a library that you can install with Python. Just hitting dip and install Flask. But I already have a conda that is uninstalled. So when you have a conda and you have some different different virtual environments, that you have to activate the one that you're working with. That just has the activated one. Okay, this. So I have to set the. Now, if I have a mistake with the name, it's not. Okay, I will run it from here, but let's check. So the Flask is a library that is a lightweight library for REST, for the REST API using Python. There is other kind of framework or libraries that you could use, but in this code there is a Flask. So now in REST API, of course, you have to know that there is endpoints. So what is the endpoint? Is something like that. You call this app.route. Now this is the main entry point, and what it will return if you hit in this entry point, it will return hello world. Of course, you can write down something like this. As you can see, route. You could name your route. Let's say with Python define what the kind of functions that will work on when you hitting this one. So okay, let's leave these things because and there is this requirement.text. It's what things need to be installed, so you could work with this application. So what the dependency this application need. Now let's leave these things and just go back to the exercise. We already done this one, and we already inside this one. We want to use Python to run this Flask application. Okay, I already modified. Uh, so let me just okay. You can save or not. This is not something. I could say the following things. I just have to just check the name. Okay. So just hit in Python. Now, the application, as you see, is running, and it is on the port 5000, and you could access it. I will access this application. Just 1 minute. You can access it from the browser. And that is the hello world, as I tell you. Now, if I want to reach out this one, it's just, if you could say it is just a directory. So, overall there is something, okay, because I already set pass, there is nothing to be returning here. So let me okay, okay, hit this, just let's hit this, rerun it, make sure it's working, and now this is status. As you can see, it's give us what we expected to be. Now, the endpoint, mostly or in any REST API, has to get back a JSON reply. So I don't want to make it complicated. We just want to iteratively learn the basics. So let's get back to the node using the run. Okay, we run it. On your local using node that, okay, access it, we access it. Open editor to edit the hello world application. We already done. So exercise, extend the application with the status and matrices endpoint, considering the following requirement. Okay, within should return, and they want actually the admin status, and okay, so you get to this. I have to make it some another box, so not be important. Okay. So here we come back again. I'm saying the next part is to give two entry point, the status and the matrices. Now they need a JSON response, of course, because the REST API, there has to be this field, and there has to be this one and this one. Okay. So firstly, the JSON response could be done in a Flask or in your app using JSONify. Okay, if you get to the back here, we could say JSONify. It is from Flask. I could simply import the JSONify, Now I just want to check that the status, my status, does not have a spelling problem. So what this JSON is for Python is just something like a dictionary that we could access. Okay, so let me say name this status, and you could name it health also, health or status. Okay, it's not, there is not something in this. Now we have to give each this key value here inside. Okay, they want a user with the admin. As I said, it's both response. Now and they want this. Okay, both endpoints should return a JSON response user admin. No, this is JSON can be hard coded. The status endpoint should return a response similar to this example. So here is this one. And we could just say JSONify and give it the response. We'll check this one. Just just a quick check for it. Okay, result. Okay, healthy. And just about the status code, any successful respond, its HTTP code will be 2. So 200, sorry for this. So you can search for this. It is for indicate successful communication between two persons retaining something. Okay, so let's just get back to the requirements, matrices. We will open another endpoints, and this endpoint name matrices. Okay. So here is the function that we want to work on. And of course we want to do the same. I will just copy this and I will go with this one. This will be the same, except the main response came in from this one. User counts and okay. So I said that result is okay, data. This could be like this one. So this is the data. It is just nested inside this one, and this is the main response. I just don't believe that they wanted the user admin inside the response itself, but this what has been written. I think they want it as a username and password. I don't know. I have to read. I just go in rush in this one, but we will do it. Should return a JSON response example. Okay, so this is just example. Now the JSON response can be hard coded at this. Okay, so what's happening is that they actually don't want this part. This was example, and this is my fault. Okay, this is just example. So they want this one example that you could do something like this one. Okay, so let's get back. Yes, let's come to this. Now let's get to the main entry point, and I just want to make sure I copy the matrices endpoint, and let's check our solution. And here we go. So I believe they wanted this nested kind of type. So it is data which contain a directory, contain user counts, and user count active. Yes, because they say it like this one. By this, they want it to be just this one. There's a healthy. Okay, why we have this? The example is showing this. Why we have it like this way? Because this is the JSON response by the end. And I think that here we reach everything they wanted, and it just gets back, hits yes, we modify it. Okay, thank you, see you next time.